Well, good evening, beautiful people. Welcome back to when it loads in Tahiti. Or temporarily Tahiti, perhaps. We have a small situation. So, forgive me for waiting for chat to populate for some opinions. But yeah, we are mid-July or early July, and we have a situation occurring. So hopefully, one of you lovely people will have some kind of good advisings for me, is what I'm saying. But I appreciate we're live at random at 9:30, so who knows? It's Friday night, anything could happen. Anyone could happen. It's very much up in the air. Very much up in the air. He's a Welland. Interesting. Liam, hey, welcome. I'm good, thank you. How are you? We have a situation. So, Cwmbran. Yay! For life this time, hopefully. I love how the top search on Google is Ollie Clark, what did he do? Only one game. So we're not out of the EFL trophy. Right? I assume we're not out. Anyway, yeah, so we have a small drama occurring in Tahiti, whereby, yeah, they do have to decide soon. We have Cwmbran would like to offer us some kind of job, but we have to reduce the compensation demands, which is fine. We'll have a go at that, and if not, we can always figure something out. Cwmbran are in the Cymru South. They have, I believe, apparently we can't see last season. That would be too easy, wouldn't it? Be too easy to get the game to let us see last season. That works really well. Good work, SI. Well done. Well done for making this work. Right, so we can see that season. But we can't make it make sense. I can see the first season. I can see the current season. I cannot see any season in between. Make that make sense. Anyway, so Cwmbran Town would consider offering us a job, basically, if we can get our compensation now. Yeah, I did my best, mate. I did my best. I've recorded the rest of the season for Supermarine. I should edit it tomorrow. So that was a good time. What are we thinking? Is it worth me requesting a reduction of our compensation or not? That's the big question. Do we want to go to Cwmbran? Let's see what they say. Do I want to threaten them? Do I want to threaten them? Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. We can always come back to this region, and it would be easier if we'd already won some trophies in Europe and built a reputation in Europe, but don't know. I don't know. I'm really torn because I feel like we're only a couple of seasons away from like cracking this league. Okay, we'll give it a go. We'll see what happens if we threaten them, because they might fire us. They might fire us. That's true. No. That feels dirty. Feels dirty. Is still another option. There is a club in Sweden that has already interviewed us. But it's the Swedish 4th tier. I don't know. There's part of me thinking like if we do one more season in Tahiti and we can't win the league, or at least qualify for the Champions League, then time is a wasting. That's it. Again, it's kind of that proximity to Europe where I don't want us to get forgotten about whilst we're not in Europe. I'm not even entirely sure that's how FM works, but it feels like Tahiti should have been an end of season or end of sort of series, end of save move. But we are here now. And see, now we've got other clubs who want to interview us, like Cardiff Drax, like Triada Bay. Also, how are Cardiff Drax in the Cymru North? Does FM just not understand how North and South work? Let's go to them. Let's see what they say, just in case. I've got experience in other countries. Have won relegation. Would have been tough to keep any team afloat. Yep. Sure. Yep. 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 And sure. I didn't watch the FM drafting with content creators. I'm sure it was super exciting, but I know I have enough to do without watching everyone else's content. I watch like the few people's content that like are friends, but beyond that, like they had to go back to 24. Wow. That's not ideal. Sure. Yep. Yep. Sure. Yeah. And sure. Nope. Good. Right, let's see what happens. Because you never know. You never know what will come up. It's one of those things like what I said. I haven't tried online in 26 yet. It's not... I don't really do much online. Like it just... It's time I don't have. Like if I was gonna set up an online game, I'd set it up as a stream with the people in chat. Like I wouldn't go out of my way to do it otherwise. I think Kit's done some offline. Sorry, some online. In fact, I know Kit's done some online because I watch Kit do some online. I don't know how the experience was overall, but when Kit appears, we can find out. is probably the way. I actually feel like if we were to get offered it, the Cardiff Drax job is not a bad job for us. It would give us the opportunity to attract some top players to the Welsh League. Like playing in Cardiff in Wales, any of the Cardiff clubs in Wales is kind of FM on easy mode. But I don't know. I only say it's like FM on easy mode purely because with the reputation Cardiff has in game under the hood as a city for people to live in, being as good as it is, it's much easier to acquire players. But I don't know, like I said, it's we've kind of reached a stage where we've done what, 4 or 5 seasons in Tahiti, and we don't really seem to be getting very far. So yeah, it's a tough one. It's a tough one. You've made an offer for parking. I don't much care if I keep him, so that's fine. We'll see. We'll see what comes up. It is possible that nothing at all gets offered to us as a job, but you know, 5 years on the beach feels like I was sort of looking back earlier through the lives, and this is our 17th stream in 18th stream in Tahiti, which when you consider we only did 10 in Dumbarton. I don't know. It might be hard to get a job when you're in a job. It is because of the compensation, but Al Nazir signed Alejandro Garnacho. We're at that stage of the save. Oh, hello. Hello. Right, Triarder Bay Football Club. First thing I need to do is find out, using Google, where is Triarder Bay? Whoa. That is somewhat in the middle of nowhere. That is in Holyhead, which is interesting. In fact, I knew that because I've got a friend who's got a restaurant in Triarder Bay. My old boss bought a restaurant out there. What have they got in terms of a squad? 19 players. It is on Holyhead. 19 players, but they're all on non-contracts, which is probably a good thing. Lots of young players. It's not going to tell me where they finished in the league this last season, though, is it? Can we get an idea from the... Come on. Let's try this again. That way. Media prediction. Those are long odds. They're long odds, but it's quite easy to build a team in this league. And they wear purple. Let's ask for a week. Just in case. Yeah, we could do. Like I say, we'll hold off as long as possible because I'm fine staying or going, but you know, at least we've got that in pocket. I mean, there is the, what are they offering us? 13,000 a year. It is a wage rise. It is a wage rise. Not that we get to do anything with the wages, but there is that to consider. And like I said, we can always use this to go on a bit of a trophy hunt around Europe, as a springboard to go on a bit of a trophy hunt around Europe, and then come back to Tahiti. We can probably come back to Tahiti at any time, because it's not like people aren't going to offer us jobs. See, we've got another offer. Same wage in Cardiff. Got a lovely stripy number. 17 players, all on non-contract, 2 leaving, but that's fine. And leaving for actually quite good clubs, which is a sign. And like here, we could basically build our own squad. Was that guy called Starlight? Soullight. I was like, Starlight's a name. Let's save that before I click on any team info, because we know what happened last time. I tried to crash the game by making it think too hard. That's a good plan. Right, let's have a look at Lidstep Park. That doesn't help. Does that help? It's a tough one. But like I said, in theory, it should be quite easy to attract people to come and play in Cardiff. Easier than it was to attract people to come and play in Tahiti. Like, it'd be nice to actually have a pool of players to look at. They're predicted to be slightly better than Triada Bay in this league too. Literally slightly better, but there is an element of, there is an advantage to being in the north with a team from Cardiff, because realistically, in terms of like places to attract people to come and live, Cardiff is going to be much easier than like Wrexham, where most of these teams are. In fact, bar Bangor, Rhyl, and Monmouth, almost all of these teams are in Wrexham. Which also means they're all fighting over Wrexham's released players. Yeah, it does. It plays a massive part. Where the club's located plays a massive part in getting people. It's far easier to get people to come and play in London than it is in Burnley. So you'll find like And you can test this. Like, if you were to start a save and have a, I don't know, say one manager managing Crystal Palace and one manager managing Burnley, or two teams of equal status. One is London, one is very much not. 9 times out of 10, the player will choose the London club over Burnley, or over the non-London club. And it's the same in France. You can get people to Paris or Marseille easier than you can get people to Lille. Yeah, it all adds to the difficulty. Like, it's not just league reputation or club reputation. The one thing I am thinking is that wage budget is much higher, but it's going to be easier to get people to Cardiff. Yeah, exactly. I really don't know. I really don't know. What does Triada Bay's ground look like? It's a bit bigger, but again, it's sort of the middle. And also, like, we can pick up players from Cardiff City in Cardiff. Like, there's much less competition for clubs to loan from. I am really tempted to take it. Really tempted. They've got an immaculate stadium too, which means it must be fairly new. Like, it really does appeal to me that we could build an entire squad at Cardiff. Because realistically, I don't know. I feel like Cardiff's the one. I do feel like Cardiff's the one. Let me look at the club. Let me see if I can find out about the two clubs. We do a quick Wikipedia. Oof. They currently have a player who is on bail having assaulted a player in a league game in real life. So that's fun. That's Triada Bay. You know what, Simon? That could be the finger on the scale I was looking for. Also, welcome. Right. Do we think we're taking Drax? I feel like Drax might be the way forward. The guy's name was Tom Taylor. Apparently there was footage on social media. I'm not going to go looking for it. but he elbowed a Portmagog player in the face during their game on the 17th of January. He's been released by the club and released on conditional bail after North West Police arrested him on suspicion of assault. The Football Association of Wales will also review the incident, and then the club secretary has quit because of it. That's fun. I think I'm going to do Cardiff. I know it's less wages than we were getting at Triada Bay, but I think Cardiff's the way forward. And I think we just rebuild the squad and get them up. Anyone object to a move to Cardiff? Obviously, I look really silly if we end up getting relegated, but I don't think we will. I've got faith. And we've got like a month to get the squad ready. Because like I said, we can just release almost all of these players. Let's do it. Let's go to Cardiff. Let's go to Cardiff Draconians. They've got a dragon on their badge. Job must be manager. Can't have a 2-year deal. Done. There we go. We are going to Wales. That's fun. Let's change the stream title. Why not? There we go, that's fun. That's fun, right. So, welcome. Swing and take notes. Release the player with immediate effect. Didn't even blink. Jacques has followed us out. My assistant manager. We've got it. Alright, you don't want to come work for us, but you've quit your job anyway. You would have been the guy that took over. What are you doing, you fool? Anyway. Here we are at Cardiff Drax. Welcome to Cardiff Drax and stuff. Tactics, let's... I kind of want to get him playing some nice football. We'll focus on that in a second. Let's just get it set up, and then we'll focus on how we're going to play nice football. I don't know. We'll find out in a second. We'll find out if Cardiff City are our parent club. I don't need you to tell me what my backroom team can do. They'll just do what I tell them to do. Same with my squad, to be honest, because most of them won't be here. Ongoing negotiations. Nothing is ongoing. 50 days left in the transfer window. Supporters are expecting us to avoid relegation, play possession football, and high tempo, which is nice. Avoid relegation, reach the first round of the Welsh Cup. First round of the Tier 2 Cup. First round of the MG... I forgot there's so many cups in this league. That's fine. Right. Good. Done. Players unhappy. Cameron Anderson. Why are you unhappy, bud? What's got you sad? Unhappy that his agreed playing time has been changed from being a fringe option. Not going to lie, mate. You might be really unhappy with me in a couple of weeks. Realistic probability that he isn't here. Let alone worried about any of that old crap. We currently have no affiliate clubs, so that'll be a thing we'll try and do. Let's have a shufty at our squad, shall we? Well, on the plus side, there's lots of players here with 4-star ability. On the downside, I don't know which of them I actually want to keep. Let's have a quick look at our 19s. It does look alright, but It looks alright on star ratings. We are lacking a goalkeeper. Let's just call all of these guys up. Let's just call all of these guys up, shall we? Have a look at everyone in context. So we need a goalkeeper. That's number one priority because he's got potential but not a lot else. We have far too many left backs and no right backs. There's no pace in this team. And there's sort of the bigger problems. Like, for example, this guy, Kenny Cuthbertson, is apparently a really good target forward, and he's big. But he has no pace, no determination, no vision, and no stamina. So he's a target man off the bench. So look, we've got 67,000 to play with. We've already got 10 times as many options in terms of players to look at. Let's see what goalkeepers are available first. Let's start with the goalkeepers. And in fact, let's have a look at who's been released from the Premier League and see who we can get to trial with us. Because that could help. It could be no one. It likely is no one. But that's a good place to start. Just start with begging people to come down and play for us. Because that'll give me an idea of what is available. Or indeed what isn't available. Because both could easily be true. I am aware now that I haven't organised these by alphabetical order. I thought I had, but I haven't. And that's going to annoy me. Because I'll get lost. But it's fine. We'll just go through all of them. See who says yes. Probably no one. Started your current journey in Welsh Wales? Lovely. That's lovely. It's a lovely place to start a journey. Britain Ferry. Lovely town. Famous for being in both Britain and having a ferry. I assume. I know nothing about Britain Ferry. Can't even picture where it is on a map. Just outside Swansea, maybe? I could be wrong. But I have a feeling it's just off the M4 somewhere. There you go. Just past Mumbles, what I'm thinking. Noah Toogood. Oh, you've got to sign for me. You're Noah Toogood. And he's a goalkeeper. And he's a goalkeeper. See, the goalkeeper's just too good. That writes itself. That writes itself. We are about to play in the MG Cup almost straight away as well. Noah Toogood wants to join us. We're laughing. We're laughing. We can have Noah Toogood in goal. I don't know how long we've got till that next game, by the way. Oh, literally 2 days. Wow, I thought we were going to have no football in today's stream, and then suddenly we got hit with a game. That's nice. Oh, Noah Toogood. Look at that boy. That's a boy. Right, let's not get too excited. But we do need a goalkeeper reasonably quickly. We do need a goalkeeper reasonably quickly. We can wait there. William Cole, you filthy animal. Oh, lovely, a map. Oh, I do know where that is. I do know where that is. My father has lived in both Swansea and Port Talbot, so I had a feeling I'd seen it somewhere. My dad actually used to live next to Port Talbot FC. This guy's 6'3". You literally cannot teach that. I think William Cole gets a contract. I don't need to see any more than that. William Cole, get on the bus, son. No. When I say get on the bus, you agree. On the bus. Okay, look. Thank you, William. Thank you. That was easy. Right. Ashley Giorgio, just for self-aggrandizing completeness. Is this your current journey map? You've gone from Britain Ferry to Treaty United to Hull. See, I can read a map. I know what I'm doing. It'd be weird if you'd gone from Britain Ferry to Hull to Treaty United. That'd mean something had gone wrong. Ronald Paul. Sean Paul's cousin. It may still go wrong. It's Joris Lang. Well, he's definitely a target man. But let's give it a minute, because I don't know if I'm going to play with it. Canis Vlachometros. Definitely an English name. He's definitely not Greek or Cypriot. Definitely not Greek or Cypriot. Second nationality Greek. Had to be. Had to be. He could be really good. He could be. He's got no left foot at all. He may as well have it amputated. But all right. All right. All right, love. 17 flair. Possibly 70. Oh. All right. What we'll do is we're just going to let these guys trial for a little while. Will I be able to silence the doubters? Absolutely. Because that's what I do. Right, I think tactically for this first game, let's just have a little look, because I'm not going to get anyone in, like, immediately anyway. Let's just have a little look at what's actually here. Just to decide how we line up for this first game. It's looking like, and I hate to say this, I was thinking 4-4-2 long ball. That was starting to become a little bit apparent that might be how we have to play. 4-4-2 long. How have you agreed to transfer for a year from now? What? Have you ever seen that on FM? I'm so confused. Anyway, it's looking like it's a 4-4-2 hoofball. which wouldn't have been my go-to, but I'm sorry. Eugene Nyarko is here. No. Oh, you filthy minx. Alright, that's brought some joy. That's brought some joy. Having Eugene Nyarko available. Abso-frickin-lutely. Alright. Let's quick pick a best 11. Now, one of these things is lying to me. Either it's the star ratings or the assistant manager. Alright, let's do this way, right? So, you do that best. Eugene Nyarko is going absolutely nowhere. I will tell you that for free right now. Eugene Nyarko is going nowhere. Because that man is incredible. Like, nobody has ever had a more secure shirt in a team I have picked. I'm assuming you can play on the left. You can. Left centre back for you. Right centre back for you. How am I managing in the Bahamas? I mean, I'm not. I was, but on the channel, but I'm not here. We are currently in Cardiff. But I just downloaded a database for the Bahamas. That's what I do. I just pop up with a random database. Huh. Excellent. Love to hear it, Andy. Love to hear it. Welcome to the lore. It sucks. You're going to love it. Let's put George Penn in midfield. We'll go with these guys. Just for now. I have done an LPC. I do has the LPC. I am a legal practitioner coursed person. It makes a lovely decoration. Very decorative. Right. We'll have a proper look at everyone else in the squad in a second. Once we've got to match day. And then we're right into a game after Cumbrae Celtic against Triador Bay. Or Triador Bay? I don't know. The team we turned down. The team we said no to had a higher wage budget than us. I'm going to ask Abdulayan to pick. Because if you can't trust someone called Abdulayan, who can you trust? First, I have a question about I can't quite hear you on here. It's my settings. Fair enough. Fair enough. Draconian's dynamics. Good. Training. Don't care. Set pieces. Sure. Near posts. Out. Yeah, just do it. Just do what you want. Just do it. Honestly, do what you want. It doesn't matter for this first game. You can hear me now. There you go. See? It's all like having your ears switched on, mate. That's what's going on. Have your ears switched on. Introduce myself to the squad. Hello, squad. Good. Happy that you're here. Welcome. How do assessments work on the LPC? So, you are assessed almost exclusively on coursework, or I was. I don't remember taking a single exam on my LPC. I could be wrong. Oh no, I did take exams. It was just during COVID, so I wasn't in an exam hall. Tends to be a standard 8 modules, 8 pieces of coursework, and some exams. But I can't remember exactly how many exams. But it was only a year, so it was a good year. It was a fun year. Always shop around for the best deal on the LPC, unless you can get a firm to pay for it. I did get SFE funding for it, but I still shopped around for the best deal on it. I paid $9,500 for mine. So I did mine at the University of Sunderland. I am a graduate of the University of Sunderland. I did a master's that was also a legal practice course. Yeah, that happens. That happens, unfortunately. I went to Sunderland because Oxford Brookes weren't doing it anymore. Just is how it is. I gather it's not very profitable for them. Any more about any? Do I know any more about any of these players? Not really. Not really. See, Joris Lang looks really good in theory, but he has absolutely no pace. Like, it says 3 to 11. That's going to come out of 5. Would be my guess. But yeah, you can get SFE funding for an LPC if it has the master's degree component. So it is essentially a master's degree that is also a legal practice course. You can't get it for the standalone course. But it's no lesser in value. It just means you essentially get 2 qualifications in one. Alright, let's go with this hoofball nightmare. What? I don't know what just happened. Right, that'll do. Oh, they're not fit. Oh, sweet Jesus. Alright, we'll just do that. Still picking a left winger who's not fit. Is that really the only left winger I have? Because if it is, I will stick a defender on the left wing. In fact, I will stick a defender on the left wing. I don't care enough. Right, I don't want anyone who's not fit in my lineup. So let's go with getting rid of everyone who's not ready. Old Cockram, Kilkenny, Mildenhall, and Kilman, I guess. Alright. Not the start to a cup I wanted, but such is life.